House Bill 1222. I see the prime sponsors here. And William, you are up again.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. House Bill 1222. This regards the Public Records Act exemption for certain financial and security information submitted to or obtained by the Gambling Commission. The prime sponsor is Representative Stearns, and this is by request of the Gambling Commission. Under the Public Records Act, the following records received by the Gambling Commission from certain regulated entities are exempt from disclosure requirements. They would be internal control documents, independent auditor reports, and financial statements and supporting documents. This bill expands those exemptions. Under this bill, there are 4 categories of information submitted to or obtained by the Gambling Commission that will be exempt from the Public Records Act. That would be certain financial statements and transactions, information that describes the internal operational system or internal procedures, gaming facility security information, and gaming equipment information. A more detailed description of each of those categories are in the bill report. There is a fiscal note available, and the fiscal impact is $0. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, William. I do have a question. When you say financial statements, are you able to get a little bit more into what that encompasses?
Except for quarterly license reports, that would include such things as bank account records, player tracking records, bond issuances, loan agreements, purchase agreements, and stock buyouts.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions from members of the committee? All right, seeing none, welcome Representative Stearns. Good morning. Good to see you back here.
Good morning.
Please tell us about House Bill 1222.
Yes, thank you, Chair and Ranking Member, committee members. Chris Stearns, representative from the 47th Legislative District, and thank you for hearing this bill. As the staff mentioned, agency request, and it is really designed to protect information that is related to the personal information of players, but also especially information related to the security of the gaming establishment or the gaming systems. I tend to think of it as like Ocean's 11 stuff. So, where the security cameras are placed, how do you get access to the financial, to the cage where the money is kept, blueprints, things like that. Those are important that they're exempt, as well as results from the testing of the gaming devices. So you really don't want to have outside people with access to that information.
We do have several individuals signing to testify, so Madam Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have an in-person panel, Tricia Gullion, Roland Thompson, and Tina Griffin. And then if in remote, we can bring in Sandra Mochizuki and Jamie Saling. And Tricia or Tina, either one of you would like to begin?
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Tricia Gullion here on behalf of the Gambling Commission, testifying in support of House Bill 1222. We are very thankful to Representative Stearns for sponsoring our agency request legislation to protect the proprietary financial and security information of our licensees and tribal partners. The Gambling Commission's mission is to protect the public by ensuring gambling is legal and honest, and to keep the criminal element out of gambling. This legislation will serve as a tool in ensuring we do just that. The legislation protects licensees and tribal gaming facilities by limiting their exposure to fraud, robberies, and cybersecurity threats. This will protect the public by safeguarding information regarding the equipment used to conduct gambling. By passing this bill, you will help us strengthen the regulatory work that we do to ensure we keep gambling legal and honest, and the criminal element out of gambling. While drafting this legislation, we reached out to our tribal partners, our licensees, and members of the Sunshine Committee to solicit feedback. We incorporated many of their suggestions. Thank you. We appreciate your time, and please pass House Bill 1222.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair Valdez, committee staff. Tina Griffin, Director of the Gambling Commission, and we do...
I'm sorry, thanks. Yeah, thank you.
Is that better? Okay. We do appreciate Representative Stearns supporting this bill. He was a former commissioner and served as chair for many years, and so he does have some very good insight as to the inner workings of the Gambling Commission. So we are a licensing and regulatory body authorizing, to authorize gambling equipment and activities in the state of Washington. We do require proprietary financial and security information to effectively license and regulate the gambling activity in the state. And then we use this information to determine the qualification for licensure, as well as make sure that their licensees are compliant with laws, rules, and the tribal state compacts. And so this goes, again, back to our mission to ensure that gambling is legal and honest and that we are adhering to our legislative mandate. And so the original exemption was in 2007. That was put into place. And obviously, things have changed, and gambling has evolved, and gambling equipment, or the equipment used in gambling, has evolved. And so this is really to catch up with the times. But the times have also indicated the times have changed and fraud is more prevalent. Cybersecurity is very much an issue. And public safety is really where we're at in terms of asking for this amendment as well. So this enhancement to the records exemption for disclosure exempts information from disclosure that will limit the tribes as well as the licensees' exposure to cyber attacks, which have occurred here within the state. It will protect the safety of the tribes and the licensees' employees as well as their patrons from the violent robberies by limiting the disclosure of the proprietary financial and facility security information, as Representative Stearns indicated, because this is currently happening in our licensed facilities. And hopefully it will prevent fraud and collusion by protecting the proprietary security information of the gambling equipment that is used in operation of the gambling activities. Any questions? Thank you.
All right, thank you. I guess I'll ask the question that I asked the prime sponsor. Do you have a number of how many of the requests this information is coming in? Is it small? Is it a lot? But it would just, I think, be helpful for me, I'm sure members of the committee, to get a better grasp of the volume.
So I know we receive hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of public records requests. In terms of how does it fall within this specific information, I'll have to email you that information and I'll send it to all committee members.
Thank you. Yeah, if you send it to Danielle or William, they'll make sure all of us receive that.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay, Senator McCune.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I'm kind of confused a little bit. So this bill will protect you, and tell me how that will protect you from cyber attacks. I know they're happening all over the state and the power companies and all across, but how would this bill protect you from a cyber?
Thank you, Senator. So this wouldn't be a protection for the Gambling Commission. This would be a protection of our licensees and our tribal partners. Yeah. So the information that we are seeking to have exempted is the proprietary security and financial information of the licensees and the tribal partners. And so it's information they provide to us. So, for example, information about gambling equipment and the details about the hardware, the software, the topology of the network, all of those things, we feel that they're already covered in the exemptions, but really want to make sure that that protection is added. So someone seeking a public records request for that information, we're able to exempt it, which will protect their facility.
Okay. I think I got it. Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
have a follow-up? Senator McCune, you good? Yeah, I think he is. Okay. Any other questions? All right, Roland.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, my name's Roland Thompson. I'm here on behalf of the Allied Daily Newspapers of Washington and the Washington State Association of Broadcasters. You've had a full explanation of what this information is and how it should be protected, but I want to raise with you what isn't in here and what my clients are interested in, what my members are interested in. This doesn't exempt agency work product. It doesn't exempt investigations. It doesn't exempt, by the commission, it doesn't exempt criminal investigations by law enforcement if there's some sort of a breach that occurs. It doesn't exempt any agency work product. And for that reason, we think this is a reasonable extension of the existing exemption. And the public will be able to see when there are problems at at these facilities. We'll also be able to see when complaints are made, all that sort of thing. This is simply the security information and the financial information, the source codes, the banking information, the vetting, all of that sort of thing that's done with these facilities. But operationally, we'll be able to see when the commission acts or when the law enforcement acts, and we'll also be able to see all of the records that the commission holds of their own actions. So we think this is reasonable.
Thank you, Roland.